visionary of the digital age. The story of Steve Jobs. In the leafy, quiet suburbs of Mountain View, California, a revolution was brewing. A revolution that would be led by a man whose vision would radically transform the technology landscape. Steve Jobs, born on February 24, 1955, in San Francisco, was adopted shortly after birth by Paul and Clara Jobs. His early years in Silicon Valley, a region that would become the epicenter of technological innovation, were marked by a keen interest in electronics and a profound sense of ingenuity. Early life and education growing up in Cupertino, California, Jobs was immersed in an environment that was shaping up to be the heart of Silicon Valley. His adoptive father, Paul Jobs, a machinist, introduced him to the world of engineering and electronics, instilling a fascination with the workings of electrical gadgets. This early exposure would form the foundation of Jobs' later ventures. During his time at Homestead High School, Jobs met Steve Wozniak, a fellow electronics enthusiast. Their partnership would eventually change the course of computing. Despite his vibrant intelligence, Jobs found traditional educational settings stifling. His creative and unconventional spirit was often at odds with structured schooling. College and beyond. In 1972, Jobs enrolled at Reed College in Oregon, only to drop out after a single semester, disillusioned by what he felt was an unnecessary drain on his parents' finances. However, he continued to audit classes that piqued his interest, such as calligraphy. This exposure to typography and design would later be evident in the sophisticated aesthetics of Apple products. Jobs' search for personal enlightenment took him on a 7-month pilgrimage to India in 1974. Accompanied by his Reed College friend Dan Kotke, Jobs experimented with psychedelics and embraced Zen Buddhism. His quest for spiritual and existential answers would deeply influence his career, driving his relentless pursuit for perfection and simplicity in technology. The Apple begins. In 1976, the partnership between Jobs and Wozniak led to the creation of Apple Computer Co. in the Jobs family garage. Their first product, the Apple I, was a pioneering feat, though it was the Apple II, introduced in 1977, that truly revolutionized the industry. It was one of the first highly successful mass-produced microcomputers, appealing to a burgeoning market of computer enthusiasts and businesses alike. Jobs' vision for Apple was clear: to develop user-friendly computers that were both aesthetically pleasing and functionally superior. This vision was crystallized with the introduction of the Macintosh in 1984. Launched with a dramatic Super Bowl commercial directed by Ridley Scott, the Macintosh heralded a new era of graphical user interface systems that would become the industry standard. Turbulence and triumph. Despite his successes, Jobs' journey at Apple was not without its challenges. His management style, characterized by intensity and an insistence on perfection, was polarizing. It led to internal conflicts within the company. In 1985, after a power struggle with the board of directors, Jobs resigned from Apple, the company he had built from the ground up. Undeterred, Jobs founded Next Inc., a company that developed high-end computers for the education sector. Though Next was never as commercially successful as Apple, it was innovative and introduced several features that would be integral to future Apple products. In 1986, Jobs acquired the computer graphics division of Lucasfilm Limited, which was spun off as Pixar Animation Studios. Under Jobs' leadership, Pixar produced wildly successful films such as Toy Story, which forever changed the animation industry. Return to Apple. In 1996, Apple acquired Next, and Jobs returned to the company he co founded. By 1997, he was reinstated as Apple's CEO, marking one of the most remarkable comebacks in business history. Under his renewed leadership, Apple introduced groundbreaking products like the iMac, iPod, iPhone, and iPad. Jobs' ability to foresee and articulate the future of technology reshaped not only technology, but also the music, film, and telecommunications industries. Jobs' emphasis on design, functionality, and consumer experience became the hallmarks of Apple's product development philosophy. His leadership revitalized the company and turned Apple into one of the world's most valuable corporations. Legacy Steve Jobs passed away on October 5th, 2011, after a long battle with pancreatic cancer. His death was widely mourned as the loss of a visionary who had profoundly changed the face of modern technology. Jobs' legacy lives on in every Apple product released, in the ongoing work of Apple, and in the millions of lives transformed by the technologies he helped pioneer.